Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to this Money in the Bank predictions video where we are going to be going through all of the matches on the match card for this Saturday's Money in the Bank Premium Live event. And if you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss when I upload. Alright, so the first match we are going to be talking about is the World Heavyweight Championship match. So obviously, Damien Priest of the Judgment Day taking on Seth freaking Rollins. And of course, there's actually some stipulations with this match. In terms of the actual match, it is just a one-on-one match. But if Damien Priest loses, not only will he lose the World Heavyweight Championship, he will have to leave Judgment Day forever. And on the flip side, if Seth loses, he is no longer allowed to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Damien Priest is champion. How do I think this is going to go? I don't see Damien losing this soon. I think this is more just to solidify his title reign. You know, beat Seth so that then he can have that respect, I guess. In saying that he put down the person that made this championship so prestigious, you know what I mean, and so sought after. So for me, the only way I see Seth winning somehow is if Judgment Day get involved, or if like Finn costs Damien. But I don't know if that will happen. It's possible, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Damien Priest retains on this one, just because I don't think this is how he'll leave Judgment Day. I think we're building to Damien versus Finn at some point, right? I don't think it'll be SummerSlam, but maybe we've had the turn by then, or the turn happens at SummerSlam, or whatever, right? But there's been tension between Finn and Damien for a while now. So I think we're definitely building towards that. I don't know when, I don't know how, but yeah, I don't see Seth coming out of this winning. I think maybe... to be honest, I don't know what we do with Seth, to be completely honest, which is kind of wild because, I mean, he's Seth freaking Rollins, you know, he's one of the best doing it today. I imagine we get Seth versus CM Punk at some point, but obviously, I think we're getting Drew versus Punk first. So I don't really know. But, yeah, I think Damien takes this. And up next is the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes teaming with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens to take on the Bloodline 2.0. Now, I don't really know who is actually competing in this match on the Bloodline side, because the graphic shows Solo, Tama, Jacob, and Tonga. So I don't know which three it's going to be. Maybe on the day they just turn up and say, listen, you haven't got a fourth, we've got four, deal with it, kind of thing. I don't know if Nick Aldis would allow that, but maybe that's when Jimmy comes in, or, you know, maybe Jimmy returns closer to SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't really see where we slot Jimmy into this. I imagine he'll be a part of it, and he should be. He absolutely should be, obviously, because he got taken out by the Bloodline. So I think he definitely needs to play into this. I'm struggling to find when. I mean, I'd say I think Money in the Bank would make sense. You know, maybe on Saturday when this match is about to happen, like Cody, Randy, and Kevin all come out, and then Solo comes out with the rest of the Bloodline and says, listen, we've got four, you've got three, kind of deal with it kind of thing. Or maybe it starts as a brawl, Nick Aldis comes out and says, you know what, do you need a fourth member? Like, I don't know, something like that, but I don't know how you'd really make that make sense. But, I don't know, but either way, I think the Bloodline are winning this. Just because I think they need it, because they're being built as this, like, unstoppable force, right? And this is what Solo should have been built as, to be honest. From the second he joined up with the main roster and the Bloodline, he should have been made out to be this dominant force, not go, like, 0-7 million, right? So, for me, I think Bloodline should win this, and I think they will win this, just because then that's going to set up Cody and Solo for SummerSlam, which I'm still not sold on, but it seems to be the direction we're going. And look, if we get a Roman Reigns return out of it, I'm here for it. But yeah, I think the Bloodline take this. I don't think the faces need it, just because, again, we're setting up Solo against Cody. Maybe we're setting up Randy and KO versus two members of the Bloodline. Who knows? I mean, they are kind of a tag team right now. They're not going after tag team gold, but you know, they've had each other's backs for a number of weeks now. Up next is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And to be honest, there's quite a... I don't know, there's a few people that I wouldn't mind seeing win this. To be honest, I don't think Chad wins it. Just because he seems to be going into a feud and whatever with the Wyatt Six. Obviously, they've made it abundantly clear that they're targeting him since they've arrived and over the past couple of weeks. So I think maybe Chad gets attacked backstage, or like we cut to the backstage just as he's supposed to come out and he's been attacked, he's laid out. Or we actually see the Wyatt Six get involved in some manner. But a lot of people have speculated that maybe the Wyatt Six attack Chad before the match and then Sami is entered into the match as a late entry. Obviously, we are in Canada and we'll speak about it in a second, but a lot of people are speculating that maybe Sami loses the IC title to Bron Breakker and then gets inserted into the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't know if I see that happening. It's not impossible, but we've already seen that Triple H likes to put hometown crowds on a downer, so who knows. But LA Knight, I don't think is going to win it just because he seems to be going into something with Logan Paul for the US title. Seems like he'll get that. I think it's way too soon for Carmelo to get it, but at the same time, it would be a bit of a shock. So it's not impossible. Andrade, I don't think we've built enough. Drew, like I said earlier, he's going into, or he has been in a feud with CM Punk. So it looks like that's the match we're getting at SummerSlam. But I mean, obviously nothing's confirmed yet. So I don't know, but it seems that way. So maybe we get CM Punk come in and, you know, screwing over Drew yet again. People have speculated, and I really like this idea. What if AJ Lee is the one to cost Drew? Obviously, we know that Drew took the bracelet that Punk wears, which has got his dog's name and AJ's name on it. We know he took that, and she's done it before. She's cost John Cena in a ladder match before. So, who knows? I mean, look, she'd get an insane reaction. It would be one hell of a moment, you know? I have seen a few people say that maybe she should come back at like a SummerSlam where it's in front of a bigger crowd, not like an arena, more like a stadium, you know? But personally, I think either way, it's going to hit. And then the seemingly nailed-on winner for this match, at least a few months ago anyway, Jey Uso, who I do think will get it. I also want him to get it because I think ever since he's gone off on his solo venture and his solo run, it's not really met expectations. Obviously, he's super over, but every time he's challenged for a world title, he hasn't managed to get it done for whatever reason. And he definitely should be a world champion. I never really saw him as the undisputed champion when he was going after Roman, but a world heavyweight champion for Jey Uso, I could get behind. An IC title I can get behind, and a US title I could get behind, you know, but I don't know, man. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets the world title. I think giving Jey Uso Money in the Bank would take it to the next level and kind of now be like, okay, this is actually a possibility now, you know, because before I feel like every time he's gone up against the champion, he's not really been expected to win. People have wanted him to win because he's so over, you know, but no one really expected it, you know? But yeah, I think Jey Uso will take this. And then up next is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This one is a little bit more unpredictable, except I think I can definitively say that Io Sky isn't going to win this. Unless they do want to run with the whole angle of, oh, she's the only woman to win it back-to-back, maybe. But I don't think she wins it 2 years in a row. I don't think there's a need. I don't think she's had enough time rebuilding now, you know what I mean? So since she lost. Plus, I think Damage Control are in a weird place anyway. I am glad that no other member of Damage Control qualified for this match because that wouldn't... It just wouldn't be something I'm interested in seeing. Naomi, I would not mind Naomi winning this. I think she's a real possibility. Since coming back, she's challenged Bayley for the title, but other than that, hasn't had too many chances. So, I would not be down on that. Zoe Stark, I think just the backlash on Twitter alone says everything that needs to be said. I mean, realistically, when she comes out, she doesn't really get that much reaction, if any. She's kind of just there. Listen, she's mad talented, but WWE just have got nothing for her. Like, I don't know, maybe this is where she potentially wins Money in the Bank, and then that is the start of her build, but I don't see it. Lyra is someone that WWE seem to really like, so it would not surprise me if she ends up winning this. Tiffany as well, super over. Obviously, since the whole controversial video being dubbed and whatever, all that stuff, she hasn't really featured too much on SmackDown. But again, she's still super over. Tiffy time is super over. She's aligned with Nia Jax. But yeah, Tiffany, she's super over. Obviously, she's not been on TV too much because of the whole Bianca thing. At least we think that's why, the whole Twitter video thing. But yeah, I mean, Tiffany's super over, so I wouldn't be surprised if she won it. Chelsea Green, I do actually see a way of her winning it. Maybe it's like an R-Truth kind of thing, right? Because she's essentially the female R-Truth, right? Character-wise. She's not too bothered about championship. She's more bothered about just entertaining people and giving people moments. I think she said it on Chris Van Vliet's podcast a while ago, where she said she's not really too bothered about being the best. She just wants to entertain and like be that kind of R-Truth character, you know? So I do think that there is a possibility of her winning, like in some kind of comical way. Like, I don't know, maybe they're on top of the ladder, you know, her and someone else, someone hits her, like she's dangling off the briefcase or something and it comes unhooked, or like, you know, a kind of accidental win, if you know what I mean. Like, maybe she gets KO'd, maybe she falls with the briefcase, maybe two people bring the briefcase down and she's the last one holding it. We've seen that in a ladder match before. I don't know, but there's definitely a possibility of Chelsea Green winning it. Do I think she'd have a successful cash-in? Probably not. But yeah, I mean, listen, any one of these could win. Who do I think will win? I'm going to say Tiffany Stratton. Just because I think just how over she is, it's either her or Lyra. I think those are the two standouts in this match. And then last but not least, at least for this video, obviously this has not been in any order, really. This is just how I've seen it on WWE.com. So Sami Zayn taking on Bron Breakker. Obviously Sami defending the Intercontinental Championship. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people think that maybe Sami loses the IC title here. And then maybe it's like a screwy finish, you know, maybe Sami's leg was on the rope or under the rope, or Bron cheated to win or something, right? And Adam Pearce, to make up for it, obviously if Chad does get attacked and can't compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match, then maybe he says, listen, as an apology, as like, this is what I can do right now, I'll put you into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And maybe Sami wins it. We are in Canada, you know, so it's not impossible. But Triple H has that tendency to not give the hometown crowd exactly what they want. So, I mean, who knows? But to be honest, I don't see Sami winning it. I think the way Bron has been built, he's been built as this unstoppable force, right? Like, he's been decimating week after week. And to be honest, I think him versus Ludwig should not have been as close as it was. I can't lie. But at the same time, they're building up Ludwig as well. So, yeah, I can live with it. But yeah, I reckon Bron takes this just because I think Sami should be a world champion, man. Same with how I said with Jey Uso earlier. I never really saw it for him when he was challenging Roman. Not just because it was Roman a champion, but like having the belt, I just never saw. Like, I never had the vision, you know what I mean? So, I think World Heavyweight Champion suits Sami a lot better. So, I think him having Money in the Bank, potentially, could be a nice little roadmap to get him to that World Championship and to that first World Heavyweight Championship, you know? So, I do think Bron takes this. Alright, that is all the matches. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do me a favour, turn on those notifications so you don't miss when I next upload.